I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder. Welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where I have my dear friend, Lizabeth.
Whoa, good job.
And she goes by Lizzie. And she owns Tumbleweed and Dandelion.
This is all true.
Yes.
So far, we're speaking the truth. Yep.
We're speaking the truth. And she is an incredible designer and also owns a staging business.
This is true.
And
a furniture manufacturing business.
Oh, wow.
And a candle making business.
I mean,
all kinds of little
just
things.
a few things. And you wrote a book.
And I wrote a book. And I'm writing another book.
Ah, amazing.
I know. Trying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just so incredibly talented. And I just feel
Thank you.
so happy to know you. And I wanted to have you on and hear your whole story. I like to start at the beginning.
That is a long story, I must tell you.
But I like starting at the beginning because I think sometimes people don't. And they just ask, like, what'd you do with your business? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. Tell me where you're from. Tell me about your mom and dad, siblings. Go.
Okay, beginning. I'm from New York. I'm from Detroit originally, but I'm from New York.
Okay.
And my dad, who's passed away, who was the greatest,
Oh, yeah. I think you
was
told me about
an
him.
architect.
Yes.
And when I was a child, he worked with names like I.M. Pei and Richard Meyer and all kinds of things. He was also very smart, so he retired when he was like 40. Yeah. Yeah. So he died at 64, and so he had a bunch of good years to play after he was like, I'm done.
Wow.
But when I was a kid, when I was 14, I think I wanted money, and he said, well, you can come draw things for me. So I started drafting when I was 14, which is like a very funny thing because I was doing something I didn't really understand. You know, I was like, okay, whatever this is, you know.
No, but
kind of
that
thing.
was such a foundation.
Beginning a skill.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was great. And I have a brother and a sister. My brother is a country music guy, and he toured with big names like Toby Keith and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
And he's a singer-songwriter. And my sister is a professor and the chair of the math department at Santa Monica College.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
I know. So we have a nice, interesting blend of math brain, artistic family things, you know?
Oh, I love that. Where are you with the sibs?
I'm the oldest. I ruled the roost.
Of course. You're the oldest. How did I me too? Of course.
Hello.
We always flock together.
Exactly.
Okay. So you were ruling the roost and you were working at 14 with your dad.
I was working at 14. I was not, you know, when people say, and especially now that there's all these brands and people talk about all these things, that they had a plan. Zero plan always. I'm like, I'll come up with a plan later. So when I started, I moved to California.
Okay. Yeah. When did
with
you?
no good plan.
Yeah.
In 1997.
Great.
No good plan. And I waited tables and I did all that kind of stuff that you do.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what is it I am going to do? And a friend of mine, I worked part-time in a store in Brentwood. It's long since gone. And she was like, we should start a store. And I'm like, okay. And literally, I was like, I was
a store
at the time when you have no money and you're waiting tables, and I would find furniture on the street and I would paint the furniture.
Oh, wow.
And I did work for Shabby Chic for a minute.
Okay.
Painting roses on little dressers and things.
So but you were an artist. Then.
I was an artist.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I went to art school, design school, like I did all that stuff.
Where'd you go to school?
Fredonia State.
Okay, great.
Because I was not an academic by any means. I was like, that was the thing. Like I had to be coaxed into, you should go to school.
Yeah.
And my father was very funny because he was like, and your color painting, that's what you're going to go to school for? And I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
If you're making me go to school, that's what I'm going to be doing.
We're doing
right?
it.
Yeah. So when I started Tumbleweed with my friend, we started this little shop on Abercrombie. And the only reason we went to Abercrombie was destitute at the time. It was the hood.
Oh, yeah.
It was a thing.
That's what
Yeah.
they say where crime meets art. That was like the tagline for Venice, right?
100%.
Yeah, it was like a lot of gangs.
A lot of gangs. There was only a few places. There was places that are no longer there. Like Hal's was there.
I mean, I love to drink at Hal's.
Hal's.
I mean,
Hal's was the joint.
Yeah,
Hal's was the
that
joint.
Was the best. The food was good too.
Yes. And at that same time, there was this place called Glencrest Barbecue.
Ooh, I missed that.
That was like the best burger in the world.
Ooh.
And there was only a few things. Like that was it, right? There was Bountiful. And we were close to my original location was down the street, and we literally had no money. We opened on we had enough money to pay like first and last or something
for like a little space.
For a little space.
That is wild. You're like, hey, we're just gonna grab.
We're just gonna do it.
Wow.
I emptied my apartment of all my belongings and brought them in to sell them. Literally,
you were like, oh,
this is it. This is what we're gonna
sell.
start a store for. Yeah, this is it. And
I just need a mattress on the floor.
And I painted on the sidewalk.
Oh my God.
To bring people in. I'd be like, oh, if they see me painting a dresser on the sidewalk, they'll come in.
Wait.
Luckily.
That is so cute.
Literally, that's the whole thing started.
Okay, but people do that now. There's like a whole trend on 100%. Instagram. They were like, this influencer was gonna have me pay them $5,000 to stand outside my store, and then they're like, "It's me." You're like that. You were original.
100%. Yeah, that was it. That was it. And it was so funny because my partner, who was a great girl and whatever, and she was an actress and hung out with like young actors and blah blah blah. So we're doing this little thing, and her friend Kelly Cunningham comes in, who's Emma Roberts' mother.
Yeah. Okay.
And somehow from that blossomed going and doing Emma Roberts' baby's room. And Emma Roberts would have no idea who I am at this point or that I even did that.
Wait, Emma or Julia Roberts? No,
Emma Roberts, but Julia paid for a bunch of the things. And that started a little relationship with then Julia moved to Venice and would buy stuff from us.
But is
and we'd be so grateful. Her niece.
Oh,
it's her niece.
That's a big actress now.
Yeah. Oh, she's amazing. But people don't realize, like, on their tier, they were all so big at that point. I mean, it was Julia Roberts at the height of it was at the height of Julia Roberts.
Wow.
Doesn't realize that a little check she gave to me meant everything,
Did you hear that, Julia?
Yeah.
Thank you, Emma. Yeah. Good job.
I know. It was huge. And then
that's so cool.
And we were kind of a funky street then where actors and people, even though it was the hood, could come down, go to Hal's, kind of walk around. So we'd get this interesting little crowd.
Yeah.
Which totally helped us start doing people's houses.
Yeah, they saw you painting out there.
They saw us painting. Yeah. And then I feel like I was just blessed with no plan because I remember my father said, "What's your business plan?" And I went, "What's that?"
You're like
what is that thing I have to do?
You're like, business plan is that this is going to work. There's no other options.
My business plan is I had to be within walking distance of the beach. That's the only way I would open a store. And I thought
that's so funny.
I know. I was literally like, if I have a store by the beach, I'll go to the beach every day. Like, I think it was like 5 years before I saw the sand. I was like, oh, this shit's hard.
Yeah. You're like, this is a business.
Yeah. I'm like, I really have to pay bills and things now. Like, there's a landlord.
Yeah.
Like,
they're coming.
Who does that?
Who wants to do
that? I know.
Wow. Okay. So, So were you with your friend for a while?
No, only 1 year, and that's all like in the book. Funny stories because that it's one of those partnerships where I'm so grateful she started it with me.
Yeah, because you might not have done it.
I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
there was also drama because of it, so it was like funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that was in the day. This is how old this is. 20 some years ago. Where we had phone cards. Do you remember having a phone card? Where instead of having a phone, you would have that was a thing. You'd have a phone card like Verizon, whatever, and you could call Europe on your phone card or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Right? And she left me with like $10,000 in phone card bills that the store had to pay, and I literally when I split up with her. When I split up with her, I was like, I stayed in business to pay the bills. I was like, well, I got to pay these bills.
Oh my!
So I guess I'll keep doing it.
You're like, well, see what a gift then.
Yeah. And it truly was a gift, And then Abbott Kinney started becoming Abbott Kinney.
Yeah. Well, you were OG there.
Yes.
So that you probably helped it
become. But the burger place that I was telling you about.
Yeah. I missed that.
Glenn, it was so rough that I would be outside painting or I'd be inside and he would not go home or close the burger place until I would leave.
Oh,
And I'd
you
be
guys
like,
are like all buddies.
and I was
He's
like,
neighborhood
and
watch.
I would hide from him. And he'd go, no, I know you're in there. You need to go home.
He is like a dad or something.
He was
That's
the
so
best.
nice.
The best. Yeah. So it was
That's
like,
not the norm anymore.
No,
That
it
is so sweet.
but this is kind of funny. In the world of that, everything sort of appeared for me. So I couldn't really afford anybody to work with me, but I was also doing magazine work and I would get into like, I would do styling and stuff for little magazine photo shoots for Victoria magazine and ones that were big then.
Yeah.
And I met this woman who was a famous makeup artist and she said, I'm going to come work for you. And I was like, I have zero money to pay you.
Yeah, you're like, I love you, but
and she's like, no, I'll make the money. Well, little did I know she really was a giantly famous makeup artist. And I would come in and she'd be getting high with like Dennis Hopper in the store.
You were like,
and I was like,
oh,
I guess she does know people.
You're like, I guess she could be here.
Yeah. You know, and she was with me for many, many, many years. And literally we were a different place then. Venice was like a small town.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it still is in a way. Like, if you're a real Venetian, you can, like, not drive your car for a week or so and just get around.
Yeah.
If you need to go anywhere else, it's a different story. But you could survive just being in Venice.
Being around.
Yeah. You know? So that's good.
That is,
Yeah.
wait, Grant, it's beeping. Is that okay? Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is, I was a Venetian for like a
Yes.
minute.
Yes.
You know Clark, and like
Yes.
he was like, you know,
Yes.
the mayor of Venice. So I'm
Totally.
sure you guys
Totally.
were always
Yes.
always
Yes.
around drinking
Yes.
together. And so that, but like seeing your store, that was something for me that was like a core memory of always just seeing your store. You know, it's how did you get that location? And it's just really iconic.
It's iconic, and it's again one of those things. I lost my lease where I was living because I got a dog.
Oh, God.
And they were like, you're out.
Yeah.
And so I had to find a place to live. And I went to that house and it was disheveled. And they were like, oh, no. We want a PR company or something in here. And so I went across to Abbott's Habit.
Oh, yeah.
And I got cookies and coffees. And I came back over and I said, it needed cleaning up. They had to evict somebody.
Oh.
And I said, I will clean this whole place up. Here's some coffee. Here's some cookies.
I love you.
You're
my kind of girl.
I need this house. So I moved into that as my house. And I had a store where Birkenstock is now. That was my first store.
Oh, wow.
And then I lost that lease because the guy wanted to have it all for a while. He did something with it for a little while.
Yeah.
So I had to move into the store.
Yeah.
So it was like this little...
Wait, were you living like in the back?
I was living in the back.
And then with the...
Yeah, I was a total hippie gypsy, and everybody
You're
literally
gypsy.
in the days of that, like next door was a girl who was in the circus, like literally in the circus.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
I mean,
and that
of course.
yeah, you know, so it was like everybody in Venice like had a tale, you know, to tell.
But then you're getting to live in a house on Abbot Kinney where I had gone to a party with some famous person's house. I think it was like $11 million.
Yeah.
And so you know, and that was 16 years ago. So I mean, that's pretty cool. You got to be in this cottage right there.
Yes, 100%.
So you got to peddle your things out of the
Well, you know what? You like life, it's all literally what you make of it. Like, you know, we see this small space living trend, which is great.
Oh, there's
it's
a whole
environmental, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I was literally unwittingly part of that movement.
The tiny spaces.
Because I literally was living in the back of the store and we were open 24/7, which left 7 days a week. But literally we'd forget to lock the front door and I'd be like, oh my God, we're in the bathroom. Could you just lock the door on the way out? We're not open right now.
No.
You know, I mean... And I know, luckily,
I have to go to the master.
But literally there was so much going on because at the same time, my very first house that I really did in LA was in Beverly Park.
Oh, I mean That was your first
27,000 square
house you
feet.
did?
My first
Oh my God.
real.
That is crazy. Some people start with like a 1 bedroom
So
or like a cottage. And you're
Yep,
like, no,
nope.
we're just going to get one of the biggest houses in all of Los Angeles.
So I'm living like in an old store shack, selling goods that look very cottagey and vintage at the time.
Yeah, of course.
But I am building a 27,000 square foot house in Beverly Park.
Okay, so how did that happen? What happened?
So that, again, the coincidence of things of life. I went to a party.
Okay.
I met a woman. She said, and somebody introduced me as a designer. And she said, "Oh, can you follow me home?" And I was like, okay. And then,
Sure.
and at the time I had a CJ7 Jeep. It had no top on it, no anything. So I follow her home, and at the time she lived in Woodland Hills.
Oh.
And I pull into another gated community that has a 5-car garage. There's like a Rolls in the thing. And I'm like, and I'm in a beater Jeep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
But those are cool. That CJ.
Yeah, I had the
But
like
still,
cool part
you had
going
the
on, but at the
cool-
same time,
And
and
your hair is probably like
crazed as always, all over the place, And then I walk into the house, and I don't even like within 5 minutes, she's like, "Well, you're hired. I need you to do this house." And that house turned into then we're buying, this Beverly Park place.
I mean,
It was like, and literally, I'm still doing stuff for them. I love them.
you were like
dearly.
thrown in with the wolves. It was just like, there you go. She can handle it.
There you go. There you go.
But it's a lot about vibe. Same with the real estate agent. That's
Totally.
why we love each other.
Totally.
We always are like,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always got to be, it's like matchmaking.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
Because you're like dating. If you're a designer and you're agent, you're like in a relationship.
I think I was manifesting before I knew what manifesting was.
For sure.
So I literally like everything. And that was like, I had 16 bathrooms in that house. And I would literally, people would say like, "What's this tile for?" And I'd be like, I don't know.
I mean, one of 16.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. I picked it for somewhere. Find a drawing. Joni used to say she could go into any room and somebody would be wearing something Jeff made because that's how much he made.
Oh,
Like every rock and roll T-shirt,
it's just like
every Disney T-shirt, every Target T-shirt, everything. He had the contracts with everybody for every T-shirt.
He was the manufacturer.
He was the manufacturer.
Yes, Got it.
So I mean, and he also was a very, very smart businessman. So he would he licensed everything, and with like he really grew. It was a family business.
Yeah.
And then he really grew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was the house. Okay.
That was the house. And literally they had
the Brentwood. I mean, they just moved on up.
They moved
to Brentwood.
Well, the Beverly Park house, his father.
I mean,
yes, his
Park.
father had bought, because I think that's some of the highest real estate in Beverly, right? I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, because the lots are acres.
It has to be a minimum of 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody, Eddie Murphy lives there. Stewart lives there.
Yes. Yeah.
Desperate Housewives live there. All those people are there.
Vergara, all of them. Marky Mark lived there.
Yeah. Yes. He lived right down the road.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And so how long did it take to do that house?
We built that house in 18 months under budget.
Wait, you had to build the house?
We built it. Full on build. Designed and built.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How?
I know. In 18 months.
I didn't even know that was.
18
they can't
months.
even get up like a 3,000 square.
No, it was an amazing, amazing experience. The contractor was Plaskoff Contractors, who I think is still a contractor.
Okay.
But I had the best foreman and the best people on the job. And the architect was great, but once he's done with his drawing, we did all of our thing.
You did all, yeah.
And then I drew up every bathroom, every kitchen, all the things. And it was incredible. It was the best way to learn because I didn't have any bad habits.
Yeah.
And I learned from builders, and so everything is about being organized, but also like being creative. And these people.
And working with the builder, though.
Working with the builder, but also working with people who trust you and who are excited about doing the stuff. Because when you're doing design, I see people going insane over simple things. And I'm like, get the big things done first. Have a plan, and then work out all the other little details that you need to do.
Yeah.
Because literally people make too much of things and waste money in the wrong places.
Oh,
So we were very efficient. And that was one of the things I always say I run my business like Jeff runs business with me, because He literally, the habits of him, he calls you first thing in the morning. He calls you at the end of the day. He's like, what's your plan for today? At the end of the day, he's like, what did we do today?
Oh, wow.
It's simple. It's really simple, but it keeps everybody intact.
And
you
yeah, and you know the plan.
you know the plan. Everybody does what it is they're supposed to do.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just works, I know.
Oh my God.
So that led into me doing a lot of work with those same contractors, led into so Tumbleweed was thriving and I was doing a whole different thing.
So who was running the store? The makeup lady?
The makeup lady.
Oh my God, love her.
The makeup lady.
Wow, crushing it.
And a friend of mine who I knew from waiting tables, who was a designer, and and everybody stayed with me for many, many, many years.
Yeah. Wow.
And Mikhail was with me from the beginning. Mikhail's one of my first friends. And
oh my God, he's amazing. Wait, so that's
27 years ago. I know.
Wow.
I know.
You guys.
I could have a 27-year-old child, but I do not. It's called Tumbleweed.
It is called Tumbleweed.
It's called Tumbleweed.
And
wow. Yeah.
That's
funny.
the baby.
That's the baby.
And so you were doing this house because it's not like you could be like selling candles while you're like at 27
but somehow I honestly did though.
You did?
Like somehow I was still always, I wasn't at the store all the time, but I don't know how I did it anymore, because I remember one time, and this was like 1999 or something, and I'd been in business a couple years, and I was doing that house. No, I was doing another house right before that house, but a little something. I remember being in like a 7-Eleven at like 3 a.m. because I had
3 a.m.
like, because I was working at somebody's house. I was painting something because I did a lot of faux finishing and hand painting and all that. I still did a lot of that because that was the time people were hand painting.
Everybody wanted that. I remember
everybody was doing it. And I remember I hadn't had water. I remember I hadn't had water since like noon.
You were like from the 80s.
I know.
No,
and I was like, oh my God, I need water. So I run into a 7-Eleven and I realized how tired I am. And the woman didn't care that I was there till 3 a.m. She just wanted the job done. And I was like, oh. And I walk in and there's an InStyle magazine. And I open up the InStyle magazine, and in the magazine is a house I worked on.
What?
And I got no credit.
Oh no.
And it was a famous person. And it was like cabinet. It was very shabby chic time too, if you remember. And it was a cabinet I painted with flowers on it and all these things. And I start crying, and like the little 7-Eleven guy's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I did this. This is my name's not. I did this." And I was like, it was like on one hand, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And on the other hand, I was like, but I did this. And then that was like the beginning of getting into magazines, getting the stuff,
press,
and then all of a sudden you're in all the magazines, and all of a sudden, no, it's the internet now. Now you have to be on Instagram. And I was like, who's changing that up?
Yeah,
who's changing that up?
A lot of,
that's like, I just got in all these things. I'm in Elle Decor. Is anyone reading that?
Like, well, I got to get your photo and then put it on the Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I'm pivoting now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
You're like, now I got to behind the camera and do some videos.
Exactly. But I mean, we would do like in the world of things, when you're multitasking. So I had painters that then, this time I now have painters working with me and for me. And I had this guy, Merlin, real Venetian, dreadlocks, great guy, great painter. And we call him to check on a job. And he's like, oh yeah, it's good. I'm like painting up the stripes. He was going to do stripes in a bathroom. And I'm like, great. And he goes, you guys didn't tell me there was a cat. I love this cat. And I'm like, I don't think there's a cat at that house. I'm like, a cat? And he goes, yeah. And I go, okay. And he goes, yeah, it's cool. And he goes, oh, and also he goes, there's no second floor. So I'm doing the bathroom on the first floor. And I go, Merlin, where the hell are you? And he's like,
it's gone rogue. Where'd he go?
One street over. Wrong house. I go, how did you get into that house? He goes, well, the front door was locked. So I just walked around the back and the slider was open. I go, get the hell out of there.
You're about to be arrested, bro.
I go, did you paint anything? And he's like, no, I'm just about to start. I'm like, seriously, get the hell out of there.
Run. There's no second floor.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So literally it was like, you think it's handled. Then you're like, oh no, it's not.
You're like, okay, we gotta check in.
I'm like, read the address.
Oh my God. This guy's like, well, I'm going to do some stripes.
So Tumbleweed has had its share of like, I don't know how we're surviving. I don't know how,
But then you have these huge jobs.
Oh, if
You
it
always
weren't,
have huge jobs.
well, when we talk about California being the land of opportunity,
Yes.
it is when you find good people who have money and can give you the opportunity and support you, 100% you're golden.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done this in Nebraska or wherever.
Well,
You know what I mean?
it
There
doesn't
wouldn't have been the stuff.
No, it doesn't
No.
exist.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, when I was gonna a year ago,
Yeah.
so upset about the fire, and I
Yeah.
was trying to move back to North Carolina,
Yeah.
and then my son's like, "We're thriving in LA. We need to stay," and I was like, "Okay." And then I looked in Charlotte, and I was like looking at houses over 4 million. There was like 25,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Well, I can't move back. What am I
Yeah.
gonna sell?"
Yeah.
No. I sell everything, but I was just like, "Oh my goodness,"
No, we're blessed.
It is blessed. It is
Yeah.
a different
Totally.
level
Totally.
here.
Yes.
And
yes.
yes, I moved here and
Yep.
was able to,
Exactly.
get to this level. But
Yeah.
you do have to work. You have to be the top of your game here.
100%.
Or
yeah.
it's sink or swim in LA.
Well, you know what? Our favorite person, Dan,
Obsessed. Yeah.
he said something to me, which I think I've followed before. He said it to me.
Okay.
I know I did because there's a situation here, but he said to me, whatever you do, just tell me the truth.
Yes.
If you mess up, it's okay. Just tell me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try.
Integrity.
Yep.
You have.
Don't BS me. And that gorgeous light that is in.
Oh yeah.
That is in the
primary.
That was a $40,000 light. That was a mistake because Mikhail mismeasured, and it was supposed to be like 30. It was like he read centimeters or something. I don't know, but
You got this huge.
it arrived, and
light.
I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And then I had to call Dan, and Mikhail's like trying to come. He's like, "Well," I go, "No, we're not making up. We're not
You
trying
have
to
to
tell
tell
a
him.
story."
We read centimeters and
I was like,
inches.
I go, "I want you to know I owe you $40,000."
Yeah.
And I made a mistake, and the light is much larger because it
Oh
was
my
for his
God.
other house.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, we love it. We'll keep it. We'll use it somewhere."
And that made the room.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
That made,
Yeah.
my God.
But I'm literally like,
yeah,
what?
you got to just tell 'em.
What kind of human does that? Like I never got yelled at. It was never a thing. There was complete understanding. I was prepared to own this
Take it.
chandelier.
Yeah. We're gonna
I
have
was like, it's bigger than the whole front room of Tumbleweed, but I'll put it somewhere.
yeah, you're like, well,
Yeah.
it'll be somewhere.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's incredible.
He's
He
incredible.
and his
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
are just the
Yeah.
best. And so we got to work on, I got to sell
You
your
did.
perfect project together.
And
that
we're
was,
so grateful that you came into it. You were needed, and you did a beautiful job, and you added everything it needed to happen, and you sold it in 5 minutes.
yeah, we did.
Yes.
And it would have never sold if it wasn't all of your work. You made it so special.
Well,
yeah. And then
it was
family.
it was a pleasure.
Yeah, they
do it.
walked in and they, fell
Yeah.
in love.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the only friction was which bedroom the kids were going to get because they were
So
obsessed.
funny.
They were like fighting over the bed. So
Yeah.
that was
Well,
when you knew that they loved it. That
you
that's
know,
what they were.
Because we won't name names, but because everyone's in the movie business, right? It is funny because a week ago or a couple weeks ago, I went to lunch with one of my favorite clients who lost their house in the fire.
Oh yeah.
And I love, love, love this person. And we were looking for new houses. We spent the day looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow I brought up Berkeley, and then I said, "Oh, they're in the business. You might know them." And I said, she goes, "Oh my God, I'm very good friends with them."
Oh, amazing.
And then she was a little bit like, "Well, how can they afford that beautiful house?" She's like, "Lucky them."
yeah. I mean, anybody, when
know.
I was always there, I was like, can we get this
Yeah,
house? Like,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You created
small world
so.
that it is.
Yeah. Well, the LA.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's why it's
Yeah.
important to have integrity and tell the truth
and always be
always
nice.
own up
Always
to
be
it.
nice. You
Yes.
never know who you're going to run into again or
Yeah.
why.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Therapy session.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
We're all just trying to get each other through,
yeah.
And I feel that way even, we won't go into politics, but politically, I feel like we should all remember
Yeah.
we're all just trying to get each other through. We all need to take care of each other. We all need to have reason. We all need to have empathy. Our humanity needs to be there. It's an important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Yes.
we were just talking about this year of the
Yes.
fires and all the things. I mean, it's just like love each other.
I
Yes.
literally, and I had this conversation with a few people about my house didn't burn down, but we were so committed in helping people, and so many of my clients lost their homes
Yeah.
that the effect on it was very strong.
Oh,
Very strong.
yeah, it was
It-
life-changing.
yeah,
Even if you didn't lose your
even
home.
if you
Very
didn't lose your
life-changing.
home, you still have this ache and this thing, and people can't understand it because they can't grasp how large it was.
No, because it wasn't like a few of your friends.
No.
It was all of them.
Yes,
Like our whole
yes.
school is
Yes.
gone.
I would think of someone and I'd go, oh, I should check in. Oh, yeah, they lost their house too. Or, oh, shoot. Oh,
you know
shoot.
when it was crazy doing the Christmas cards.
Uh,
So many address. Like
yes,
I just was
yes.
going through and I'm like,
Like,
oh
oh,
my
no.
gosh.
Yeah.
No, like I can't
Yes.
just send it to a lot,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, finding where that was
That
when
is
it was
crazy.
like really
Yeah.
hit because it was our school is like 21 out of the 25
Yeah.
kids in our class lost their homes. So that was just like a whole, and then we
Yeah.
have to go other places and they lose their friends and you're like,
Totally.
yeah. I mean, not lose your friends,
Yeah.
but like
No, but that's a hard change for a kid.
yes, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
and then people lost their home and they had to move school. So it's just
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
But I am in the mindset of that, the Palisades will be the nicest city in the world.
Yes.
It's coming back, and then I have to just stay grieve for that this past Wednesday. I don't know. It just hit me so hard.
I
the
know.
1 year.
Agreed.
But like just keeping, I mean, my little positive
Yeah.
on here, and just trying to keep the better mindset because then you can like really go down if you don't like try to just like, okay, what's the solution? What can we do next? How can we help?
It is amazing though. People are so resilient and so beautiful because I don't know what you have found with a lot of people, but most of them were so full of gratitude.
Yes,
and
anytime
so
we'd help.
ready to move forward. I had one client that really was having a hard time, and we got to be a funny joke that every time she'd call me because I did her next house for her, she'd go, I'm getting on medication. I swear, I'm getting on medication. And I was like, okay.
She's trying every time.
Keep saying that. I'm like, when's that appointment?
Hasn't kicked in.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I was like, but like so many other people were just like, it's done. I'm moving on.
So we have to move on.
Yeah. Which is huge.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
so much respect.
Yeah,
For
agreed.
everybody going
Agreed.
through it.
Agreed.
But yes, I think that we were a lot of like the heartbeat of, trying to.
Totally.
You
Totally.
really did. So, because you have to tell them you have a staging business too.
And
that's how I've gotten to really be close with you guys even more because
totally. Yes.
we use you all the time.
And we're so grateful.
The houses
Yes.
always sell right away. It's like huge.
We started a immediate rental service that was like a really incredibly low cost.
Yeah.
And it was like for as long as you needed it. And it was like beds and sofas, and you couldn't. It got to be a funny thing, even though it's like as you go, it was all good. It worked out really well.
Yeah.
I got to know a bunch of octogenarians, like 80 people in their 80s who were like they lost their spouses but they needed a place to live, and at first they're just grumpy and mad because this whole thing's horrible, and then the next thing you know, I'm like having lunch with Joel.
Yeah.
Like we're buddies now.
And
but it was like it was be funny because people like at first were like grateful for anything, and then it would be funny to be like, I saw a nightstand on your website, and I'm like, okay, those are made to order, and those are like $3,000.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you a pretty one.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you're gonna get something nice.
Get a good one.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what you did from the fires. But then
Yes.
when did you start your actual staging business?
Well, you know what?
'Cause
I
I'm so
actually
curious. Yeah.
before staging was a thing, which I think
you did it with Tammy Pardee, right?
I did before Tammy Pardee. I did it there was a couple that did, and they actually did at Julia Roberts' house
Oh.
that were built design builders.
Okay.
And they would design and build, and they were the Simons. And it was Carmi and Roz Simon. They were so great, and their niece was Susanna Hoff, the singer Susanna Hoff. So they were very, very cool couple.
Wow.
But I would stage them.
So you
And that
you were
was
like
that was
OG
I was
stager.
OG stager. But then that was a thing that people that were developing houses would do, but people weren't doing it in general. Like if you were selling your house.
Now it's like
Yeah.
I won't even take a listing
Yeah.
unless it's staged.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's just
Yeah.
and I'm not being a baby or a
Yeah.
brat or anything, but
Yeah.
it's just like unless it's designer done.
Exactly.
It really does, because it just, I
No.
mean, you get so much more money.
100%. And that's always an interesting conversation to have with people too on that world, because so many times I am the least pushy person. If it's not comfortable for you to do, you shouldn't do it. But I do go into people and say, you know what? When I look at something, I'm frugal and I'll get it and I'll know if I won't need that, but you probably will. And people need to come into your house and see a vision, and you've been living here and it could be so much better. And you'll get your return tenfold.
Always.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Even, that's what I was saying.
Yes.
Graham that was on here, he's notorious
Yes.
for being the cheapest person alive. Like,
Yeah.
he knows.
Yeah.
He's built an entire brand on being the cheapest person.
Yeah.
And I still got him to use you.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I can use him and be like, he even did saging.
Yeah.
And like, because it's just, even, you have to get these big pieces out and these things that just don't match.
I also tell people, just spiritually, it is you, when you're selling your home, you're giving a gift to someone. So you're passing on something. So if there was bad energy there, put good energy in there.
Yeah.
Whatever there was, and then give somebody else a gift. You're giving them a gift. So you might as well take care of the gift.
Yeah.
And then have someone else be touched and move in with a beautiful experience.
That's so true. And also, it's kind of, to me, what I tell people, it's the beginning of the letting go.
Totally.
Because it's just like, if you keep it all around,
Agreed.
then it's like, the energy in there is like, we're not really going to sell.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or we're still here. And you're like, no, but like, you're going to have to move it anyway.
Yeah. Whatever the circumstances are for people, you make your life so much easier if you bless it with cleanliness.
Yes.
Have happy space.
And the property prep, that's our like best skill.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like doing that.
You're going to have to do it at some time anyway. You're going to have to do it at the end.
So do it in the beginning so you get more money.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
But I've done enough videos, and even like this too, I'll like use this clip because I'm like, not being mean, but just don't call me.
Yeah.
If you want to just like put it up, like you got to do the extra work ahead of time.
The reason,
so helpful
on our most recent project, the reason that our client, the lovely Dan, chose you was really because he researched you and he went, you know what? This person knows her business.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, her integrity is right there. And
it's there.
And you're speaking the truth.
Yep.
People have to if you're hiring someone to sell your home, you need to trust them. You need to listen to them. And if they're fighting you, it's not happy for you. It's not happy for them.
It's a bad vibe.
It's a bad
and you have enough business, and I have enough business, luckily, that we've been able to thrive in LA, that we can say like, it's not going to work.
But even note to self, because this is when you have those houses that sit a little too long.
Yeah.
And there's got to be an energy clearing there, because that's like when you're saying, like, if you're approached by anybody selling you anything that's too aggressive and is trying to push you into something, it's not good. But if you are approached by someone who has confidence and knows what they're doing and is like, this is what I would suggest, you on this past transaction were so amiable to, these are my suggestions.
Yeah.
What do you think you decide? Here's what you can do. And all of it came out beautifully to a very quick sale.
Yeah, very quick. Yeah. And I'm so grateful to you. You're amazing. Yes.
But I'm grateful to you because you also you heralded the ship, and you needed to do that.
Yeah.
And it became, even with our slight little things, it went perfectly.
Yeah. It was, thank God. And you have a great contractor that you brought in.
Great.
He's amazing.
He's
so thoughtful.
Okay,
I mean,
I don't need, you have to hear this story. Over the holiday, because he's adjusting the roof.
Yeah.
And the winds and rains were terrible. Dan drove by on Christmas Day, and who was sitting at the house because I guess the winds and rain were terrible on the Christmas.
Oh, I had heard about it because I was out of town. We were both gone.
Yeah, we were both gone.
Yeah.
Kellen was there just making sure. He had guys come there. He paid them extra. He's like,
Christmas.
He goes, we're working on a roof. He goes, I can't let $10 million get ruined.
Yeah, we have to be here.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the kind of human he is.
Oh, such a good Such a good human. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
amazing. Well, I mean, I just love your story, and I just am.
Yeah.
And what is your like? What do you think? I mean, I know you don't love big plans, but what's kind
Oh,
of
I
your
know. I
what's
have
kind of your
actually made
next?
one.
What's kind of your next?
No, you
Like,
know what? This is the first year I've ever really made a plan.
did you do a little goal setting?
I
You
did
did
a
little
little
minute. Yeah,
thing.
you were
I
in
did a little
Paris.
thing.
Yeah, good.
And honestly, the thing is to really explore. I've done all the hard work for such a long time,
Mhm.
and I am writing a book, and I'm getting
Yeah.
that, but I'm doing it all on my terms and with joy. And I'm like everything else, it's like you can't be desperate for anything.
No.
The work will come, the things will come, and
Yeah.
I just want to be able to really put my heart and soul in those things and know that my business will be fine. I have a
Yeah.
really tight team. We really talk to each other about who needs what.
Yeah.
If somebody needs a little something, get them the something.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
care of each other.
Yeah,
you know?
I've seen how you
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
You
And
know?
even through the transaction, you were coming and doing the fresh flowers like for every show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so above and beyond.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It was really nice. I was like,
Well,
oh my
there
God.
did become a joke that people were like, you're not going to be doing that anymore, right, Lizzie? You can't come in the evening and watch the sunset and you're going
And have a glass
it's-
of wine and put some
they're
flowers
like,
out.
You need to tell those people it's not your house anymore.
You're
It's
going to be
their
like,
house.
hey, I have some flowers. Do you mind if
Yeah.
I just check out
Yeah,
this?
it's not written in that contract.
Yeah.
You need to go.
That's so good.
Yeah. So I'm
Oh.
like,
Yeah, well, who wouldn't want to hang
I
out
know.
there?
Those
Yeah.
Poor people. Well, I'm working next door. They're in trouble.
Yeah, they'll see you.
Want me to come?
Be like,
Do a little flower?
I have some tulips.
Yeah.
For you.
I got it.
Oh my God. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be all joy. Nothing feels pushed. You're just gonna do it. Yeah.
I just think I think we all have to sort of do that. A new sensibility. There's a lot going on in the world.
I mean,
I
yeah.
think we all have control over our behavior. And I just literally want this to be a year of like great gratitude and growth. I know we'll grow. I know things will get better and we'll do all that stuff. But I want to, paint cards and do arty things. I
Aw.
want to be able to do some of the simple things that feed your soul.
Well,
You know?
look at you. What if you just busted out, started painting some
Yeah.
furniture on
I
I'm
know.
kidding again.
I'll do it.
You literally have to do it. That
I
should
know.
just be your
I-
cover photo of your book.
I
literally.
99% of the time always have like paint in my hair somewhere, so I might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so you. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it would be
like
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that iconic store. Because how long do you guys have that? The
The-
space. So you're there.
27 years.
Yeah, and that's
I know. Like my adult life. Like
And-
I
and
was in my 20s and like a kid.
When
I'm
did
like,
you finally move out of the?
Oh God, it was like 3 years, I think. It
Oh.
was insane. I had 2 dogs and 2 cats in that house too. I know. And let me just and in the world of I'll just tell you, in buying a house, I was so busy and so crazed. We make all of our furniture in downtown LA. And I was driving home one day and I was literally praying on I have to get a house. We got to get a house.
Yeah, we
We
got yeah.
got to figure out a house. And I drove past a house. I live in Englewood, and the woman was putting the sign in, and I was like, that's my house.
You're like
And then she goes, well, I'm not sure if I'm selling it. And I'm like, you're putting a sign in.
yeah.
I'm like, well, call me. And I literally went to the house and I told Johnny, and he goes, my guy, and he goes, is that in like East LA? We're not living there. And I go, no, it's not. It's not. Right. And he's like, yeah, sure. So she called. We went to go. I didn't look at any other houses.
Yeah, you just
She
you
called.
know.
We go to look at the house and I said, just don't say anything. He didn't want to go. We go see the house.
Tell them.
It's on an acre of land and it's in a tree-lined street.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's unheard of.
yes. And we go in and I see the house and it's a dumb little house, but okay. Then she goes, you want to see the guest house? And I'm like, there's a guest house. We go up the hill and we see this house. We get to the top of the hill. You have a little bit of a view, but not much. And Johnny goes, we'll take it.
Oh,
Like, I go, you don't even know what she
he
wants for it.
He
Yeah. And he's like, oh no, this is it. We'll take it.
wow.
And so it was just, and long and short of all of that, it ended up being a very easy transaction and a thing.
Amazing.
And I was just like, and it was $1. It was so inexpensive.
That's all.
So I was like, and I always am like, oh, I'm going to move. I'm going to do this. But I have dogs and I have a giant yard.
Yeah, you have an acre.
And
That's
and
nuts.
it allowed me in the world of real estate to buy Airbnbs and to have rental houses and to do other things. So we all make these.
And it's
choices.
exploded, by the way.
Yeah.
Englewood is like
Oh, yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
It is like the
It's a
place.
thing.
Yeah.
We have block parties.
Well, yeah.
Like old school block parties.
And, but like the restaurants, the thing, I mean, everything is like
100%.
boom.
Yeah. No, it's a thing. Yeah.
So, I mean, you were, obviously, everybody just needs to hear. She has been the trendsetter of all, started staging, started in Englewood, Beverly Park.
I do think, like, I was like, okay, Venice, Englewood, they seem to be doing okay, both of them now.
Killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, Venice.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah. That was when I got pregnant and we lived in Venice. I was like, I'm not cool enough to be here. I got to. That's what I told Clark. I was like, oh, well, we're not cool.
Yeah.
It's because it's just so chic. I mean, you've been the staple there.
It's you know what though? It used to be when I started, there was all the famous Venetian artists, Billy Bankston, and all these different people. But it literally now I do go to the beach. I do take walks in Venice.
Yes.
And I'm like, that I love.
I mean, it's the beach.
Yeah, it's the beach.
Yeah,
the beach.
Yeah, and all the best spots too.
There's cool architecture. There's all kinds of stuff now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah, you've done a lot of great things. And wait, one less. How long have you been with Johnny?
This whole time. So 20.
He was like your boyfriend in the very beginning.
He was the person. We were brand new boyfriend and girlfriend when I started looking at the store, and this is one other quick story, which is funny. The partner that I had, I should have known it would be rocky when I came in, and she goes, "I named the store and I got the business license," and I'm like, okay, what's the name?
Because like
you didn't ask me what's the name, and she goes, Dandelion, and I go, oh, well, you do know there's a Dandelion Cafe in the corner, right? She was like, what? I'm like,
so this is how you got the name? Because that was one of my questions.
I had to change it because there literally was a cafe on the corner. So we called. Then Johnny said, call it Tumbleweed and Dandelion. Little did I know, the tumbleweed is the weed that spreads the dandelion. I thought it was just a cute name.
What?
Yeah. And
that's it? I didn't even know that.
And the logo is my grandmother and her little friend Henry when they were 3. So they were kind of like the little tumbleweed and dandelion.
No, that's the cute.
It seems ridiculously long at this point, but.
Well, I call it tumbleweed. Yeah, exactly. A lot of times. I'll be like, you gotta call it tumbleweed. Yeah.
I'm like, it's a lot of words, but it is what it is.
No, it's perfect. Yeah. But like people know. Yeah. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah. Yeah. And if you tell them.
Well, I sort of feel like now in the world of where we're all promoting and people are like, and our businesses grow through the internet, which is amazing.
Yes, of course.
I've been in like England, I've been in France, and people know tumbleweed.
Yeah. That's what I said.
The street is known, the store is known. I've been in overseas and seen us in magazines. I'm like it's weird how small the whole place actually is.
And to be able to make it that long.
Totally.
I mean, I'm so proud of you. Yeah. It is. And I had worked at Capitol, and then Laura Vinroot that owns it. Yeah. She's coming up on either 28, 29 years, and you're 27 years. I mean, you guys are really icons in the business that you have been able to last and stay and also still be in it. I mean, you're still so involved. I mean, that's a lot of years. So I mean, I want to
a lot of years.
I want to bow down and say, wow, that you have done that. And then also been able to keep it interesting for yourself, that you weren't just like, oh, I got to be done.
Yeah.
That you're like the books and
totally. Yeah.
So
we must all continue to evolve.
Well, you're doing it.
And you are too.
Okay. Well, love you so much. This has been so fun. Okay. I'm Shelton Wilder, and welcome to Wilder Possibilities Podcast, where each episode follows an entrepreneur's journey into the transformative power of that light bulb moment where everything clicks. I call that the click. Those pivotal points that redefine our futures, illuminate paths to success, and even change the world. Now let's get wilder.